Hello everybody, this is Ugly Ray, and on today's podcast, Truth the Barber Artist is going to be discussing Kareem Hunt. He's also going to be talking about barber retirement, the Ebro and Kodak Black interview, and the Cardi B and Offset breakup. Stay tuned, don't go anywhere. Be sure you click that subscribe button, much appreciated.
Hello everyone and welcome to the second episode of the Whole Truth Podcast. I'm your host, Truth the Barber Artist, and I'm here today with my co-host and fellow master barber, Lou Lace.
Hey, how's everyone doing today?
What's going on, Lou?
Everything is good.
It's been a long time.
It's been a while, yes.
Long time.
It's been like about, 2011, 2012, around that.
Yeah.
I've seen you in a minute.
Yeah, so me and Lou Lace, right? Lou Lace, we have history together. In case a lot of you didn't know, me and Lou Lace conducted the New York State exam together. So we were actually the people who gave people their master barber's license. Yeah, that's something that you guys don't know about me. I used to be a state board examiner, and so was Lou. That's how we met.
Yep. State boards, it was some fun times.
Mm-hmm.
Watching everyone, some great barbers and some terrible barbers at the same time. And hopefully about this time, I hope they got better.
Well, yeah, we all go through that phase. We all go through that phase where we got billed and, screw up some people, and then we start getting better and better.
That's right.
Practice makes perfect.
Exactly. It's not built overnight.
No. It's something that you gotta be consistent with. You gotta be dedicated to. But yeah, we reconnected just to do the podcast. So just bring you on the podcast. I'm very glad to have you here.
Thank you, Truth.
Yeah.
Everything has been, glad I made it over here. I haven't seen you in a while, and everything is great. Just trying to get past this week.
Mm-hmm.
Christmas is always a hectic time, and you also know your worth as a barber with getting gifts and tips from your clients. And also too, like a doorman gets his tip, his bonus. Everybody always wants a Christmas bonus. If anybody's listening, always take care of your barber.
There are a lot of people listening.
Take care of your barber.
Yeah, but Christmas time is the best time for a barber.
And New Year's.
You get and New Year's, yeah, and Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving too.
Yeah, you should do pretty good on Thanksgiving. You get those bonuses, Christmas bonuses.
We take care of you. You gotta take care of us.
That's right. So what are you doing now? You working in the barbershop, Lou?
Yes, I work in the Bronx. Keep it razor sharp in the Bronx, up by the Pelham Bay section of the Bronx.
Woo! So how long have you been there?
I've been there for 3 years now. Been 3 years now, strong.
Right.
Got a friend of mine that I work with, and we work well with each other. And he's fond of me, and I'm fond of him, and pretty much fond of my coworkers. And it's a great and healthy environment to work with.
That's awesome.
People that are great.
That's cool. So how many days of the week are you there?
I work from Tuesday to Saturday, from 9 a.m. to 8 p.m.
Right. Wow. So it's like actually we haven't had time to conversate, guys. So this is real conversation we're having right now. We're actually catching up as we're doing this podcast. We're catching up with each other.
That's right.
So,
my boy, we go way back like spines.
That's it. So you want to tell everybody what was the nickname you gave me when we used to do the exam?
Stone Cold.
Stone Cold.
Man. I used to see people shake when they were taking the exams.
Yeah, I used to come around with my glasses like this. You guys already know.
Yeah.
My school persona.
Yeah. I was like, man, he takes it to the whole next level.
Yeah, but I believe I used to take the exam very serious.
Yeah, same here.
And I feel that it was something that I had to earn, and I also wanted everybody to earn it the same way. A lot of people wanted the free rides. They wanted the easy way out.
Yeah.
I didn't have the easy way out. I had to earn it.
Exactly.
And when I took my Master Barber's exam, it was conducted by two gentlemen. One of them was the name Sal. I don't know if you remember them. And rest in peace. I heard he passed away not too long ago. But he was one of the examiners who examined me many, many years ago. And he definitely made me feel a little bit of what it was like to feel the pressure, of taking the Master Barber's exam and being at your best.
Yeah. And speaking about that guy, he's the one who examined me that time too.
Oh, really?
Back in the days.
Yeah.
And I definitely felt the pressure, pause.
Yeah, right? Yeah, so...
Yeah, it was a horrific experience, but I got through it. I feel the jitters and but got through it. Master Barber today.
Yeah, that's it. But I definitely applied again, so I'm hoping to get back in, and we'll see if that goes through. I don't know because
I might see you there too, probably.
Yeah. Oh, you're applying too again, right?
I'm gonna apply. See if I get back in there.
Nice.
Why not?
But that's something that we did, and it was great memories from that.
Yeah, definitely. Remember that time too when we got in trouble for they were saying that we was ingesting.
Oh, ingesting. Oh yeah, because we were having a
tea.
Yeah. So the story behind that was that there was a student that he was so scared while taking the exam that we were taking a drink of water. We were taking a drink of water during the exam, and he started saying, well, if we're not allowed to do this and we're not allowed to do that, then you guys aren't allowed to ingest water either during the exam. And we looked at each other like, what? And I don't know if you were there, but I remember also the time where one of the people taking the exam actually cut a piece of ear.
Yeah, it was there.
You was there for that? And we had to call the ambulance.
Yeah.
And we had to pick up, this is no lie, guys, this is the truth. We had to pick up the piece of ear, the little cartilage, and put it in a baggie and give it to the people, the paramedics, so they can try and put it back on the gentleman. So.
Yeah. He was ear arching. He was going around the ears with the scissors.
Right.
And snipped his ear.
He was arching.
Yeah.
Right.
Wow. That was.
You remember that?
Yeah, I remember that. I remember the guy drank a Red Bull outside. Then he drank a Monster drink. And he was Edward Scissorhands.
Yeah. But we followed the procedures. We followed the protocol, which was to stop the exam.
Yeah.
And we called the paramedics, emergency right away, 911.
Yeah.
But things like that happen, when people are nervous and they're doing the exam, and they're rushing and they feel the pressure. Sometimes that happens.
Yeah.
But like I said, that's the time where you need to be at your best.
Yeah. Exactly.
Those are just some of the things that we went through while doing the exam. And not to get off the topic, but I also want to talk about something that it kind of bothered me. I read this article about one of my favorite foods.
Yeah.
Over the weekend, and it's pizza, right? One of my favorite foods. And I read in the article that the pizza slices that you see on the display are not the same size pies that we get when we order the pies. Did you know that?
I mean, it's like if you see something on the big screen, it turns differently. Like a Big Mac. When you see a Big Mac on the screen, it's not the same, and it looks juicy, and the tomatoes look like they got a little water on it. I mean, it's to get you to buy it. You might get disappointed after you buy it, but they already sold it to you. They made their money.
So it's a pizza conspiracy, basically what it is. So you go in and the slices that you see on the display are actually bigger than the slices you would get from a pie that you order. So you're actually paying more and you're getting less pizza
Yeah.
when you order. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, so I found that out over the week and I was pretty upset about that. I feel like they've been kind of just getting over on us all this time.
Wouldn't you rather have a fresh pie than a fresh pie that came straight out the oven or something that's been sitting there for 2-3 hours?
How about we wait for the fresh pie to come out for the display and then we get that one?
And take the whole pie?
Yeah.
I mean, you could do that too.
They're going to be pissed.
If you have the time to wait, oh yeah, no, you know what? Let me get the whole pie right there.
Yeah. So that was one of the things. And another another interesting thing, right? Being that we're on talking about fast food or, takeout, whatever. KFC just came out with a scented fire log.
Scented fire.
A scented fire log. So that's it's a log that you can buy for your fireplace, and when you burn it, it smells like the KFC, the chicken.
That is terrible.
Yeah. And then it has a warning label on it. It says it's obviously it's not safe to eat, and if you burn it in the woods, it attracts bears. The chicken smell would attract bears.
That's playing with my emotions.
And it may make the neighbors hungry. It says that on the warning label. So this is for a limited time only. So if you guys need some firewood,
chicken
firewood, smelling firewood for your fireplace, go out and get your KFC scented fire log.
What's next? The pizzeria gonna do the same thing?
Yeah.
Pizza scented firewood.
Yeah, why not? And they might make the pieces of wood smaller, being that it's the pizzeria.
We're gonna be
not standard size.
We're gonna be hungry all the time. I'll tell you that.
All right, so we're gonna jump into our first topic now. We're gonna talk about the DAZN, the DAZN app. I don't know if you guys know about this app, but I found out recently about it myself. The Canelo fight just passed, the Canelo-Rocky fight.
Yeah.
It was a terrible fight, by the way.
Yeah, third round knockout. It was. This guy's gonna got all those all 11 bouts he has to have.
They said Rocky was undefeated for 5 years. I don't know who he fought in those 5 years.
So yeah, cab drivers and tomato cans.
Yeah, so the guy was getting hit in the ribs. I don't know. Whoever saw the fight, I don't know if you thought it was entertaining or not, but for me, it was like I was watching something in the YMCA, a sparring match. It was Canelo all the way. One-sided. And the guy was getting body shots, and he would get down on one knee every time. He went down on one knee. Looked like he was about to propose to Canelo 3 times.
Yeah.
But aside from that, talking about this app, I like what they're doing. I mean, I don't know. Have you seen the app, Lou? Have you downloaded it?
I haven't downloaded it, but I'm gonna have to, because if I'm gonna be watching boxing, and I love boxing, so I'm gonna have to download it. But
yeah, so you gotta check it out. It actually sounds pretty good. You get over 100 fights a night. I'm sorry, 100 fights a night. That sounds good. 100 fight nights per year. 100 fight nights per year, and it's only $9.99 a month. It's just like Netflix. So you download the app, you pay, you actually get a month free. They give you a free month for you to try it out, and it's $9.99 every month after that. And you get a whole bunch of fight nights and pay-per-view events. So Canelo signed.
So you're paying $110 a year for those fights.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, so that's a pay-per-view right there.
Yeah, that's one.
So you get one pay-per-view. You're still paying per for the views, but at a very low rate.
Yeah. But I actually checked out the app. And once again, the name of the app
Doesn't?
is Dazn.
Yeah.
DAZN, guys. So if you gotta download this app and just check it out. Check it out, and you can send me a message on any of my social media profiles and just tell me what you think about it. You know, they have cricket, they have boxing, they have MMA, Bellator.
Yeah, I can't believe Showtime is gone.
I think they even have soccer.
That was crushing for me. For Showtime. I mean, not Showtime.
Mhm.
HBO was a shocker. 45 years of boxing just went away like that. It was my heart's broken. So many classic fights out of HBO
Yeah.
just gone with the wind.
Yeah, so this app, I think they have stuff on demand. They have old fights, like,
Yeah, I think they took over the HBO
right.
the HBO old fights, and
Mm.
yeah, I guess if they licensed it or sold it to them or whatever it is, they could stream it. But what about YouTube? You could stream the fights too. But I heard they've been changing. YouTube's been changing their ways as well.
I'm not going to get into YouTube right now. YouTube, they've been getting me pretty pissed off lately, so I'm not going to talk about YouTube.
Yeah.
Yeah, YouTube makes me feel like I'm still living with my parents. You can't do this. You can't do that. You got to be home early. You can't. It's just too many rules with YouTube. Well, whatever. I'm not gonna talk about that right now.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
this app, I think, is going to revolutionize things. I think it's the beginning of the end for pay-per-view. I think cable is on its way out.
No, I wouldn't know about that. I mean, cable's already out. I don't even have cable no more.
Mm.
I download. I have this app that I get all the channels as well.
Mhm.
Anyway, so everything is streaming. So, and all they're doing is raising the cost of internet streaming, and but everything is streaming nowadays.
All they need to do, I mean, they're probably not going to be able to get it because they already have League Pass for that. But if they can get some basketball in there, now we're talking. But once again, guys, the name of the app is DAZN, Dazn,
Yeah.
or Dazn, whatever. But check the app out. I'm pretty sure you all saw it during the Canelo fight. For those of you who saw the fight, yeah, check the app out. It looks pretty legit.
You try it out.
Yeah, I was impressed. And if you don't like it, you could just unsubscribe.
Yeah.
They give you a free month. You know, you can't beat that. So moving on into the next topic of sports, we're gonna talk about my man Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt.
That's the guy that
In the hunt.
supposedly got videos of they beating up his.
Oh yeah, you heard about
the
him, huh?
Yeah, I heard about him.
So I got this little article here. We're gonna read this. So for whoever doesn't know what's going on, Kareem Hunt was a running back for the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
He was a star running back, and after a video surfaced appearing to show him pushing and kicking a woman, the video first surfaced. Which was it, last Friday? A couple Fridays ago.
Yeah.
At a Cleveland hotel, the surveillance was from him being in a hotel with this lady and a couple other people.
Yeah.
It showed him pushing her or pushing someone into her. And so she hit the wall and she fell and obviously got hurt, was a little dizzy or whatever the case was. And it shows Hunt then it showed him shoving the woman several times and people trying to hold him back. At that point, the woman appeared to stumble, and as she attempted to get up, Hunt kicks her back down onto the floor.
No bueno.
So the Kansas City Chiefs organization tweeted Friday night that the NFL and the law enforcement were investigating the issue, which eventually led to the release of Kareem Hunt.
This was like almost last year, right?
That it happened, but
it happened, and now it's leaking now.
now it's leaking that the footage came out. So the Chiefs felt like, hey, he lied to us. He lied to us. So you're out of here.
Yeah. So that's it. They kicked him off.
They kicked him out of the team
Wow.
just for that.
Well, I guess you better hire some great lawyers. Get out of that situation.
Well, I don't think the lawyers are going to help him get back on the team. But, you know, there's a lot of football players that have been through some controversy.
Yeah.
And they just haven't been picked up by other teams. They haven't recovered. So I don't think he's going to be able to recover from this. This is something serious.
What, domestic violence?
Domestic violence is a serious topic, a serious issue, and especially if it's in the sports world.
Yeah, it is.
A lot of these teams, they very rarely, if at all, forgive for those type of situations. They don't bring the players back on.
Well, all I gotta say is, if you want to mess with your pocket, keep your hands off the ladies. That's all I gotta tell you.
I mean,
it was all good just a week ago.
Yeah, he had some amazing stats. I mean, 2018 wasn't that great for him. He only had 824 yards. But 2017, he had 1,327 yards. And he's one of the best players, if not the best player on the team. Arguably the best player on the team. So
It was. Because he ain't there no more.
Right, he's not there no more. And this is one of the same things we were discussing in the first episode of my podcast.
Is he kicking women? Was he a kicker too?
No, it wasn't about domestic violence. It was just about players being careful, you know, or public figures, high-profile people being careful with what they do.
No, I think they should put him they should put him to kick some field goals since he's highly qualified in kicking.
Oh, wow. Well, listen.
Yeah, I kick people while they're down.
Well, he kicked the woman.
He's
so
stupid.
It's not
Stupidity. But, you know, he's getting blasted in the head, so you can't blame him.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think he's ever going to get a job in the NFL.
Just put him kicking field goals now.
I don't think that he should be allowed back in the NFL for a while. Maybe suspended for a few years. Maybe go to some domestic violence counseling, do some community service. You know, but
I don't care how heated you are, man. Just walk away. Don't put your hands on a woman.
But there are a lot of teams out there, I'm sure, that are tempted.
There's probably people now that somebody's doing something right now, and it's behind their closed doors.
I wouldn't be surprised if somebody pick them up. They're gonna wait till this cools down, and somebody's gonna probably try to pick them up.
Yeah, probably.
You never know. But
It might be controversial for whoever picks him up.
of course, it's gonna be a circus.
Absolutely.
It's gonna be a circus. Anytime you re-sign somebody like that, you bring it. Look at Michael Vick when he came out of jail, and the Eagles picked him up. That was crazy publicity right there. But that was a whole different ball game. That was the dogfighting stuff. None compared to this.
Yeah.
So it was a whole different thing. All right. So, any other thoughts about that?
No.
Would you bring him back into
Would I bring him
Would
back?
you bring him into your team? And then if you were an NFL owner, would you bring him back? Is it worth? Is it worth the
headache?
Yeah, the attention.
Well, I don't know. Depending, you know, they say, you know, he was good. So they say it was good, but the negative publicity you're gonna have,
Yeah.
it might grab somebody else.
Yeah, you're gonna have that.
One goes, one comes in.
Right.
So that's what it is.
Yep. You're gonna have all that backdraft there going on.
Yeah.
All that negativity going into your franchise.
That's right.
All right, so we're gonna take a break, and we're gonna come back and we're gonna talk about barber pensions and barber retirement. I'm sure some of you guys are interested in hearing about that. So we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Welcome to Tribeca Barber and Beauty School. Come on in and see our new state-of-the-art school. We offer hands-on training by licensed instructors. We can help you get your Master Barber's license in just 3.5 months. Learn how to cut and style for men and women. Tribeca Barber and Beauty School also offers courses for nail technician. Become a licensed nail technician in just 2.5 months. Come in and visit Tribeca Barber and Beauty School. Sign up today. We're at 9516 63rd Road. Call us at 718-489-9720. Hope to see you soon. Okay, welcome back everyone. And we're going to jump on our second topic. This is something that every barber should be concerned about, which is retirement. Barber retirement and barber pensions. I think that it's important that we look past our careers as a barber. We need to look towards the end. What's going to happen when we actually can't work in the barbershop anymore? A lot of barbers don't really pay attention to that. They don't think about their future. They don't think about, what's going to happen when I can't cut hair anymore. They don't really put thought into that. And sometimes, by the time they do put thought into it, it's a little too late for them to start saving. And I know barbers who have managed to catch this early, and they actually transitioned into a different type of career. And sometimes they'll still keep cutting hair, they'll stay in the barbershop while they have a second job on the books, paying taxes, and filling up their retirement.
401k,
working on their retirement.
401k, etc., etc.
Yes. So one of the things that a lot of barbers don't realize is when you work, when you pay rent. Now this is one of the systems that I favor, rent. The reason I favor rent is because you can pay your own taxes.
Absolutely.
You pay your own taxes and you are in control of your own finances a little bit better, as opposed to working on commission. And when you work on commission, most of the time the owner is in charge of paying the taxes. And at that point, you don't know what's going on. You don't know what he's doing behind closed doors. I've seen barbershop owners that have their accountants cut corners for them with the barbers that are working in the shop. So he's getting a big tax break. He's getting some shortcuts off the expenses of the barbers that are working in the barbershop. And these poor barbers they're the ones who put in the time to work, and they're not getting what they deserve. What do you think about that, Lou?
Well, if you want to work somewhere, you better work with rent. It does work.
So you agree with rent?
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree with rent because you get control your own business.
It is like your own business, yes.
Yes, it is your own business, and you are responsible for your insurance. You're also responsible for paying your own taxes, and you're also responsible of your health insurance.
Yes.
And you're also responsible for creating your future.
Yes.
And a lot of people don't put away, they don't like to pay their taxes. They live for the moment, and eventually you'll be able to pay the price when you're in your 60s and your 70s. Not too long ago, I saw a barber. He was 107 years old and he was still cutting hair.
Oh yeah, yeah.
saw
Was that the oldest barber in
Yeah.
yeah, the oldest barber.
Do you really want to be continue cutting hair at that age? I don't think so.
We would be lucky if we all get to cut hair at that age.
Absolutely.
But the thing about it is, a lot of these owners are getting over. A lot of these owners are getting over on the barbers. They have them on commission. They're taking 50-50. I heard some barbershops even take 60-40, 60 owner and 40 the barber.
It's out of control. It's
Yeah,
out.
and then how do these barbers get health insurance? How do they get benefits, retirement? How do they get that when they're getting charged those crazy commissions? A lot of barbers don't think about that, and this is why I always tell my students I think rent is one of the better systems. It's one of the better systems for you to have if you're working in a barbershop.
Absolutely.
Because you can afford a lot more, you can save a lot more,
Get a lot more.
and you get a lot more. So in the state of New York, I don't know if you know, but you have to have what's called a renter's license.
Yeah.
You have to have a renter's license if you rent your chair, which it gives you the permission or the right to rent the chair. So you have your renter's license. Now you don't need to get that if you're on percentage. That's only if you're renting your chair.
Yeah.
And there's a reason for that. That's so you can file your taxes.
Yes, sir.
Yep. So what do you think about salary? I think that's a good system too, up to a certain point.
Yeah, but sometimes salary could work against you as well too,
It can.
because you get paid. Let's say they give you a check for $500 a week.
I mean, you have to negotiate, I would think, or you have to get what you're worth, I think, at the same time.
Yeah.
But I think it's good because that's another system that helps build a barber's retirement. You know, you can some owners who do salary actually help their barbers get health insurance.
Mm-hmm.
I've also seen that. And I think that's another great thing for barbering, another great system.
Yeah.
So, if barbers can't save, like if they have a hard time saving, you have to have discipline. What do you think is a good option for them, or another option?
Or if they can't save,
If they're having a hard time saving, maybe an investment somewhere.
invest. Investments are the best thing too.
Any good suggestions?
Real estate.
Really, real estate. Real estate is pretty good.
Real estate all day long.
Well,
Just
let's start small. Let's say they don't have enough money for the real estate. What's something they can start small? A good investment, small investment.
small investment.
Maybe bonds, stocks and bonds. I had a barber that opened up CD account.
Yeah,
I heard those are good.
those are great.
So I'm gonna give you my secret. I'm gonna give you my retirement plan, and you're gonna probably say you're gonna be surprised when you hear it, Lou.
Okay.
But this was something that I found out about many years ago. It's an app. It's called Acorn. Have you heard of it?
No.
So it's an investment app, and I experimented with it because I didn't believe it that it works. So I invested 1 penny. 1 penny. And in about 7 months, that penny turned into $50. $50.
That's good.
So what they do is whatever money you invest into the app, they buy stocks for you. They invest.
It's like a penny stock.
Right. They invest. I mean, you lose, but you win. But you win more than you lose. So far, all the times that I've invested, I win more than I lose.
Okay.
And ever since I really started investing more, it's amazing what this app does. So if you barbers are out there and you're having a hard time saving, I think you can look into that app, because whatever you put in is going to multiply. It's going to grow. Faster than a savings account. I can tell you that.
Oh man.
It's
Banks are
it's
rip-offs,
faster than interest. Yeah. Well, banks are ripoffs in general.
Yeah.
Your money disappears regardless.
Yeah. If you don't have a certain amount in there, it's gone. It's going. Bye.
Yeah.
See you later.
But there are other great investment apps aside from Acorn. But Acorn is the one I've been using all this time. And
You gotta send me that information too, man. Maybe I can start throwing a couple of dollars in there.
yeah, and they give you a graph, so it tells you how much you're gonna have, how much is projected that you're gonna have 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And so you know what you're getting back. You know what you're saving.
Okay.
And it's great. You know, and I think that's something that every barber should be concerned about.
Yeah.
And you don't touch that money. I'm not touching that money. That's staying in there. Because you never know what will happen.
Yeah.
So, now this is another question. Why don't you think they have a barber union? Why hasn't barbering been in a union? Or why hasn't a union been made for barbering? Why do you think, Lou?
Well, when I think of union, I think it's like an attorney that keeps you from losing your job.
Right.
If you go into another barbershop and you're gonna have an attorney to tell you, yo, listen, this employee, you gotta pay into that too.
Now, I knew 20 years ago. I heard that I was part of the committee that tried to get this done. I worked for American Barber Institute, and they were on a mission to get a union done, but it never worked out because rumor had it that the owners, barbershop owners, completely were against having a union for barbers. They were against it.
Okay. Why?
Well, I could imagine there were a few reasons why. Because they don't want anybody dictating who they can hire and who they can't hire. They don't want anybody dictating what systems they can have in their barbershop.
Yeah.
They don't want to be bossed around. They want to be their own boss of their own barbershop.
Also, barbershop is not really a major company either. That requires unions depending on what size of the barbershop.
But it's a public service.
It's a public service.
It's a public service.
Right.
Just like being a garbage man. Public service.
It's public service. But it's also a multi-million-dollar company.
What's a multi-million-dollar company?
No.
Barber?
No.
Oh, garbage?
Yeah.
And barbering's not?
No, it's not.
What? Listen, there's barbers out there charging $1,000, $1,500, $2,000 for haircuts, for one haircut.
Yeah, I understand that. But not everybody's that. So everybody, if everybody was on a even playing field, then they could do that.
Right. A union would put everybody on an even playing field.
Exactly.
And that's what they didn't want.
Exactly.
The owners didn't want that.
And certain people are going to get more than others. There's also barbers too that they also to cut throat, they would say, hey, listen, instead of doing it for cutting, how much does this guy charge you? And they'll charge you like, listen, I'll do your haircut for $15. The cutthroat.
Oh yeah. But the owners didn't want anybody telling them who they can and can't fire either.
Absolutely.
That's another thing.
Okay.
So that didn't pan out. And it's unfortunate because I think that would have been, a lot of people see it as a bad thing of there being a barber union. I see it as a good thing.
You see it as a good thing?
Yeah, because a barber union means we would have a barber representative, a barber union representative. We would have somebody representing us.
And a barber will have to pay into that every single week.
Yes, of course.
Right?
Yeah.
Okay, so more costs. And you think barber?
More costs, and
you think a regular barber's gonna like that?
Well, all around the table, the prices will go up. Like you said, everything would be as one.
Yeah. We got I was in a barber yesterday checking out my friend, right?
Mm-hmm.
You got the guy that cleans up the stations, and does everything for you.
Mm-hmm.
Only one barber pays him, besides the owner.
One barber pays him besides the owner.
Yeah, everybody's like, nah, I'm gonna clean up myself, but he has to wait there, cleans up everything, and nobody gives him no cash, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, where's that guy? Where does he land at? Does he fall in the same? He's part of the barbershop. He's gonna use the union?
So you're saying, okay, so explain it one more time. So what you're saying is, not everybody pays.
Everybody that works for one establishment.
Uh-huh.
One person. If you work for the barbershop, you work for the barbershop. You got a barber. You got somebody that washes hair,
mm-hmm.
but you're still an employee of the barbershop.
Right.
Does that goes down to the union as well?
That's a good question. Maybe that's something that could be.
Because guess what? They are an employee of the barbershop, so they should have the same benefits. Not at the same pay grade as a barber, but they should have some type of benefits where they're gonna be involved with that as well.
I don't see why not. But I think first we need to focus on the barbers. On the barbers, and then we'll get to everybody else.
The cleaning man is just as important as the barber.
Yeah. Cleaning man. The shampoo lady.
The shampoo lady.
All right. Well, these are good questions that might be answered in the future. I see that possibly happening in the future. You never know.
Yeah.
All right, so we're going to take a break, and coming up next, we're going to talk about the whole Kodak Black and Ebro situation. So you don't want to go anywhere. You want to stick around for that. We'll be back right after this. Hello, this is Truth the Barber Artist, and if you're enjoying this podcast, be sure to subscribe. Also, subscribe to my YouTube, where you can watch the YouTube as you listen at Truth the Barber Artist, and be sure to like and comment. Thanks for listening, and enjoy the rest of the podcast. All right, welcome back, guys, and I'm here once again with my co-host, Lou Lace.
Yeah.
Lou Lace. And now the next topic up is that whole situation with Ebro and Kodak Black. I don't know if you guys saw it, but on December 12th, there was an interview posted on YouTube, which Kodak Black was on Ebro, the Ebro show, and there was something that happened towards the end of the interview where Ebro started bringing up the sexual assault situation, talking about how they take sexual assault serious and so on and so forth, and that it was something that they took very serious on the show, whatever. So he ended up putting Kodak Black on the spot. And then Ebro actually, he said, after he kind of like brought it up, he saw the expression on Kodak Black's face, and he said, "You seem upset." Well, obviously you're putting the man on the spot, and you're bringing up a topic that you shouldn't have brought up. Now, I saw on another clip, it was on World Star or whatever, where Ebro was talking once again about that same interview, and he said, "Oh, well, I didn't want it to go that way." What other way would you think it would have went? I mean, seriously.
Well, the fact of the embarrassment that he just had, and on the embarrassment that he went through, you shouldn't talk to anybody but your attorney. There's an open case, and people always saying something, and it comes back to them to haunt them in the courtroom. The best thing he did was not answer that. I think Ebro was out of line. I think he was out of line for asking him those questions on an ongoing case. And once that case is solved, then you ask him that question. But it's always going to be a sensitive subject when it comes to a rape case. Like, there's nobody knows what you go through unless you get accused of that or you are in that situation. So, my thing is, the best thing he did was to walk off and not answer his questions and give a big F you to Ebro and his questions.
Well, see, I'm pretty new to this whole podcast game, and I could tell you right now, if I bring a guest onto this podcast,
yeah,
I'm gonna know what I'm gonna ask my guest. I'm gonna have it all planned out.
Yeah.
And I know what I'm gonna ask him and how long the interview is gonna take.
Are you gonna ask him prior? Are you listening? Are you comfortable about talking about this? Or you're just gonna be on the surprise?
Well, maybe if I want more of a natural reaction, I probably won't tell him what I'm gonna ask him.
Okay.
I'll just let it, happen on the fly.
All right.
But
I understand that. And he's doing his job, and he's doing his job as not to answer it.
But the point being is, I know what's going to happen. I know what's going down. It's my show. So when Ebro said, "Oh, I didn't want it to go that way," he already knew.
It's lies.
He already knew what was going to happen. He knew what he was going to ask. You could see everybody in there knew it was coming.
Just preparing for it.
Yeah, they knew it was coming. The expression on their faces, they all knew that it was going to go down.
Absolutely.
And I honestly think it was just brought up for them to get a reaction off of Kodak Black and for them to get the ratings.
Absolutely.
I mean, I'm sorry to blow it up. We're in the same business, podcast, radio, whatever you want to call it. And it's in the same
wheelhouse.
Circle.
Yeah, it's in the same wheelhouse. So.
And I can tell you, I'm talking from a perspective of a host. And I know what's going to go down. And I know what I want, the listeners to hear and where I want to go with things. So for him to come out and try to cover himself up and say, "Oh, well, I didn't want it to go that way. I was pretty bothered by how he reacted, whatever. But listen, at the end, even when Kodak walked off, you could hear in the background. If you look at the video on YouTube, you'll hear Ebro in the background saying, well, he won't tell me what to do on my show."
Exactly.
So that's another sign of defiance. That's another sign of, hey, I don't care what this guy thinks. I'm gonna ask him whatever I want, and I don't care.
Absolutely. Well, you got a lot of people upset with that situation, where and that's what it is. What are your thoughts?
I don't like it. I don't like the fact that you feel that you have to bring something up on a personal level, and in a way put somebody on the spot in front of your whole radio audience. I don't think you should have to do that.
I mean, there was I don't want to mention other shows and give them publicity or type of promotion, but there's people that have spoken on ongoing cases, and they destroy themselves in the courtroom.
All right, but Ebro has a track record of doing this. Ebro has a track record. If you can remember how hard he came down on Tekashi. Remember Tekashi 6ix9ine? There was a situation with Ebro and Tekashi 6ix9ine also.
It's fucking Treyway.
Told something on the track too.
Exactly. There was a little exchange there between them.
Yeah.
So Ebro has a track record. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's doing. He knows how to get the ratings. He knows how to get under people's skin. And hopefully it won't work out in a bad way for Ebro career-wise, but I just had to mention it. That, my opinion, I think it was all planned.
Yeah.
It was all planned. And I don't blame Trick Daddy for coming out the way he did. I saw the little clip on World Star. Trick Daddy came out and said, "Listen,
They're from the same
shut
town.
the hell up." Yeah, I believe Trick Daddy's also from the same area, Florida.
Yeah. Looking at him like a young kid.
Yeah.
That's in trouble and you picking on him.
Right. So Trick Daddy came out and stuck up for Kodak Black and said, "Listen, keep Kodak Black out your mouth. You know, watch it, or you're gonna have to answer to me." He said that to Ebro. And I'm being nice. That's actually those weren't the exact words that Trick Daddy said, but I'm trying to be.
Trick love the kids.
Yeah, I'm trying.
He's defending the kid.
Yeah, I'm trying
Trick
to be
love
nice.
the kids.
He actually went a little harder than that.
Yeah.
But in short, I don't agree with that whole situation. I think it was bad for people who represent hip hop. I know that Ebro represents hip hop, and he's really against a lot of what this new school rap game represents, and a lot of these artists that are out.
Yeah.
He's really about keeping real hip hop alive, and he supports real hip hop. And I remember the interview that Ebro did with a guy who's very, very admired. I don't know if you ever saw this interview, but it was an interview. He did two. He did one with Lil Uzi Vert, and then he did another one with Lil Yachty.
Yeah.
Now the one that really sticks out to me is the one that a lot of people probably forgot about, or that they want to forget about. It's the one with Lil Yachty. The one with Lil Yachty, he made him do a freestyle.
Yeah, terrible, awful.
Right. He made him do a freestyle. He loves putting these new rappers on the spot. He did the same thing with Lil Uzi Vert. Put him on the spot. Made him do a freestyle over
the funniest shit.
Some rap.
The funniest shit
Right.
that Lil Yachty said was, everybody's hating on my music is Timberland wearing ass motherfuckers. All you Timberland wearing ass motherfuckers.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So it's hilarious.
No, the one that was
All you
more
old
funny-
heads. All you old heads.
What was more funny was, if you guys watched that freestyle with Ebro and Lil Uzi, after the freestyle, which Lil Yachty was terrible when he did that freestyle. He's gotten better since then with his freestyles, but when he did that freestyle afterwards, he said, "Oh well, I'm not a rapper." He admitted he wasn't a rapper. He said he just did it for the money.
Yeah.
If you would have said that back in the 80s or even in the 90s,
You've been finished.
you would have been done.
Yeah.
They would have barred you from hip hop as we know it.
New
But
day and age, man.
these kids now go on and they become superstars, even after they say stuff like that. And in that aspect, I could understand Ebro. I could understand where he's coming from and how he's feeling the way he's feeling. But I don't know. I just feel like he's really going in on these young kids, these rappers, these young artists. He's going in, putting them on the spot.
You gotta let these young kids do their thing as well. It's for their time, just like our music was our time.
Right.
And maybe it doesn't pertain to you, but it pertains to his audience.
Mm-hmm.
And you gotta respect it. I mean, you can't be an old head
All the time.
all the time.
Right.
You gotta look at it, and if you would love this music in your time.
So pretty much respect the new school is what you're saying.
You gotta respect it because you have to, because this is what your kids and are listening to.
Okay.
And,
Well,
to shut them down, say, this ain't new music. You sound like an old head. You are old head. We all are old heads.
we got a little old head in us. Huh?
You know, my age is the birth of hip hop, 79. You
Right.
know? And I went through the whole eras. I went through all the eras, and even now.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's stuff that you like. Okay, you don't necessarily want to hear it and listen to the lyrics, but you go to the club and they knocking that music, man. You gotta be in it too, like.
You gotta get down with it. Hmm?
Exactly. I
There's
like
a couple things out
Kodak
there.
Black is. You believe in Jesus? Yo, I like that joint.
Which one is it?
I don't know how it goes, but I know it goes.
What was that?
I don't know how it goes, but I know it goes something like that. But it knocks in the club, knocks in
Right.
my car too. I ain't saying I'm driving around with it, but if I got a young whippersnapper in the car, he wants to hear that.
Right.
He throw it on for them, you know. But
Listen, I like that joint Gotti. The Gotti
joint?
from Tekashi.
yeah,
When I first heard that, I was like, hey man, this is all right.
yeah,
And I saw the music video. You know, he had the
Mhm.
big booty girl on there.
yeah,
Hey, you got, it's like you gotta say, you know what? They're doing that thing. It's like when you go to the park with the kids and you let them go play. It's like that's what you gotta do with these new artists. Hey, go play, man.
yeah.
That's your time. Go do your thing.
Mm-hmm.
Now you don't have to listen to it if you don't want to.
No, but you gotta respect it too. You can't just knock it. You gotta have an ear for it as well.
To try and trash it.
Yeah, I mean,
know?
you gotta look at it like, okay, this is not your time, but you just gotta respect the timing.
All right, guys. Well, we're gonna go on break. We're gonna come back, and our final topic is going to be Cardi B and Offset and their breakup. We're gonna talk about that next, so don't go anywhere. Hello, everyone. This is Truth the Barber Artist, and for those of you who didn't know, I happen to be an official Amazon influencer. If you want to check out my Amazon store, go to www.amazon.com/shop/Truth the Barber Artist. Thank you for listening and enjoy the rest of the podcast. Okay, welcome back, everybody, and we are here for the last topic of this podcast, which is the Offset and Cardi B breakup. So I'm going to read this article for those of you who don't know what happened. What was it? Yesterday, right? Was it yesterday? Yeah, pretty sure it was yesterday. Offset isn't giving up that easily. Now, we all know him and Cardi B broke up because Offset was cheating, was caught cheating. Said on Saturday, the rapper crashed estranged wife Cardi B's performance at the Rolling Loud Festival in Los Angeles, where he pulled out all of the stops with a sign made of roses that read, "Take me back, Cardi." He also grabbed the mic and said, "I just want to tell you I'm sorry, babe," according to footage obtained by TMZ. It says Cardi did not look thrilled by her ex's grand gesture at the time. She later addressed the online hate that Offset received, because a lot of people were talking bad about him online after that.
I saw that.
She said, "I know I see a lot of people bashing me because I'm defending my baby's father. They think I'm going to get back together with him. I'm not saying that I'm going to get back together with him. I just don't like that bashing online thing," the Kodak rapper said Sunday on Instagram. So, Lou, do you know why exactly, what was the story behind it? Like, how did he get caught? What was it? He got caught cheating.
Yes,
Right.
he got caught cheating. And,
Say what?
The act of guilt is you do something and then he made it publicly, bringing that on stage and that's bringing roses. My opinion is to show your significant other that you love them.
It's pretty sweet. That's pretty
Right.
nice.
But then nowadays,
But she got caught.
it's signifying flowers are signifying an act of guilt.
Hmm.
Do
Really?
you always give? If you're not a person that never gives roses to your significant other, and then you get caught doing something, and then you bring
I just take it to IHOP.
yeah, great pancakes.
That's
But
right.
but do you bring them roses out of nowhere? It's now it's not as now in that relationship. It's not about you showing your significant other you love them. Now you showing them, oh, I'm guilty, I got caught, and now here's these flowers. Let's patch it up and let's forgive and forget and just walk away. What are your thoughts?
But listen, what I think is that why are they putting their business out there in the open? Why are they putting it out in the open?
Because it's been an open relationship.
No.
Word to my grandmother.
No, but
It's been the ring, the wedding, the cars, everything has been open. She's always been open.
I even saw them having sex on a clip that World Star played of a story. They did a stories or I don't know, it was a post, something that Cardi B did, and it it wasn't like you could see any body parts, but they were clearly acting like they were doing stuff. And so you're kind of right in that aspect, but good luck finding that footage, by the way. But listen, these problems, these are issues that you should leave behind closed doors.
I mean, if you have an open relationship, of course it's gonna get death threats because people love that. Love that woman. People love that woman.
No, not death threats. They were insulting.
Yeah,
her. They were
insults.
insulting her, and there were a lot of people insulting him.
Yeah.
And it could have all been avoided.
Yeah. Absolutely. I think they should just keep their personal situations a little bit more private.
Yeah, there was a lot of celebrities. There's been a lot of celebrities who've been humiliated in public by their loved ones. They got caught cheating. Okay, there's Carmelo Anthony, for instance.
Mm-hmm.
Carmelo Anthony got caught cheating with that stripper, right? I don't know what was the story behind that, but I heard there was a baby involved.
Mm-hmm.
He got the girl pregnant, and he was with Lala at the time. I mean, I'm not going to speak on that, too much, but that's just an example.
Yeah.
It happens a lot with these celebrities or athletes where they get caught cheating, but you don't see them putting all their conversation and all they talk about out in the open.
Yeah. Always
Not all the time. Some of them still do. Some of them do it. Like that whole situation with Black China and Rob Kardashian.
Yeah.
On Instagram, that whole that thing was
looked like a buffoon.
That thing was ugly. That was ugly. I couldn't believe they were doing that.
Then you got Lala too, but then you got Lala, acting and on the with power. She was getting getting naked and doing nothing. I don't prove that.
Hey, but that whole thing with Rob Kardashian and China was ugly. Yeah. They were going back and forth on Instagram. He posted naked pictures of her, which eventually got taken down, but a lot of people still screenshotted it and started sharing it. That's how I got to see it on my feed.
Yeah.
And then she started messing with some young kid, and it was ugly. And they did that in public. They did that out in the open.
I mean, it did bring a lot of publicity for the Kardashians, like they usually do. Everybody, the Kardashians started off like that.
But it was terrible. It was terrible.
Kardashians, they don't think about the father anymore. It's what the sex tape.
And I'm noticing that negative publicity
is good publicity nowadays.
Is good publicity, right?
Yeah.
So you can say any publicity is good publicity.
Mm-hmm. So maybe I say a couple of things right now. So
Let her rip. Let her rip. Go ahead, Lou. Let him have it. Let him have it.
Keep your business out of nowhere. Keep your business to yourself.
Let everybody know what's going on. I haven't gotten that comfortable yet, so I'm not gonna tell you guys.
Don't worry about it. It's my first time, but don't worry about it. You'll get to know me. You get to love me too, and you get to hate me. All comers.
All rolled into one.
That's right.
But so I'm wondering how much crazier this is gonna get. Now, I saw the footage. Did you see the footage of when Offset went on stage to apologize?
Yeah, I saw the footage.
It looked like
They almost say, "Take me back, bro." It didn't even sound like "babe." You know, these guys.
it looked like she didn't care. It looked like she was saying, you know what?
She was still hurt.
What are you doing? Get the hell off stage.
She's hurt. She's still hurt.
What are you
But you know what
doing?
the thing about Cardi B? Cardi B been through hell and back, so she's, you know, that wall that she has on her heart is rough.
Yeah.
She's been through the bottom.
Yeah.
She's been through not having a dollar. She's been through the strip clubs and dancing and dealing with crazy men. Because when you're a stripper, you have a sense of detachment with men anyway. Because you hear all these different things, and how many times somebody gonna tell you this and they're gonna tell you that, and you just become disattached with men in general. So I think she has the upper hand in this situation, and to see it on stage, you could tell she got the upper hand.
And she knows who she is and what she has.
Exactly.
She doesn't have to deal with that.
She's the #1 artist in New York right now.
She's the hottest artist, yeah.
Well, regardless of what anybody says right now.
Oh yeah, she's the hottest artist, definitely.
Yep.
But honestly,
Tekashi's.
yeah, you think he's done?
Yeah,
You think Tekashi's done?
I don't think he's done. He's just gonna start telling, and then he'll be all right.
You think? Oh, you think he's gonna start
My man,
chirping?
he's gonna get on that mic and do what he does best.
Yeah, he's gonna do the mic check.
Yeah. Snitch.
He's gonna do the mic check.
That's right. He's gonna go platinum in that courtroom.
Mm.
It wasn't me. It was him. Point aim.
Okay.
You know. But also too might look bad. They gave him a chance to do that and he declined it. You know, they only give you one chance to do your thing.
Really?
If you gotta do your thing. Yeah, you gotta do your thing. And if you don't do your thing, when they want you to do your thing, it's over.
Right.
So they're
No
not
second chances, huh?
Yeah, his chance is over.
Well, I don't know what's the update on that.
And I don't think when he gets out of there, if they say he does like 3 years, I don't think he could bounce back.
Well, that's up for question. That's up for question. A lot of artists bounced back after they came out. You know, I think Meek did pretty good. You know,
Yeah,
Meek Mill. Meek Mill did pretty good after he came out. So his latest album was dope.
But Meek Mills is technically he's a better artist. I mean, it's my opinion. I don't want to diss the younger crowd, but he's not saying anything on that track. He's just more. This kid is just a hype man. And
you're going into some uncharted territory. There's a lot of people who love this album. But
which one?
His last album, Meek Mill.
No, I'm not talking about Meek Mills. I'm talking about Tekashi 6ix9ine.
Oh, you're talking about Tekashi?
Yeah.
Oh, his last album?
His last album was
No comment.
Yeah, no comment. I keep that to myself. You know.
No comment.
Yo, I take that back. What I said about Tekashi. I don't want my life being taken away.
Hey, I just met this guy today after many years. I just met him today. Yeah, but getting back on this Cardi B topic, you think they're gonna get back together?
Absolutely. You know, they get back. They're just gonna let the smoke die down a little bit, and because you know there's a child involved, and she admitted it before that she don't wanna. Nobody's gonna love her child
right
like the biological father. And you know, and that's already hinting to me that she's unwilling to take him back. So once you say that, that means okay, and then you already went on Instagram to address the hate mail, and the hate come on, you already, come on. I know it's gonna happen. It's already in the works. You just letting the steam, you know, whatever is going through your head right now. She's just letting it go.
Now, you know, I'm not too much into conspiracy theories, but there are people who are always bringing conspiracy theories up. They're always bringing them up, and they're always suggesting that certain things are not what they seem. So I've been hearing that in the music industry, there are people who work with artists and they plan out these publicity stunts, these events. So do you think that this is a publicity stunt? Do you think this was a real breakup, or do you think that it was a publicity stunt? Because why the hell would, first of all, if security was there, why the hell would they let Offset on stage?
That's her husband.
But, so, you know, they're broken up.
A couple of dollars. Money.
So he paid them off to get on stage.
Yeah.
And she seemed adamant. Like, she seemed cool.
You think about, okay, let me look at it from like this point.
Right.
You're a security guard.
Mm-hmm.
Between both of them, because they were one unit,
Mm-hmm.
between both of them, they pay you your salary. Now you gonna be like, you paid to protect her.
Right.
Now, you know that he probably paid them security guards to get close to her and said, listen, I ain't gonna do nothing. Here's this couple of dollars. Look what I'm doing. I'm trying to win my woman back.
Mm-hmm.
You think they're not gonna let him? You know, gonna let him slide?
Listen, when I was younger, I did my dirt. I'll admit I did my dirt. And when you cheat on a girl and you try to talk to her after she says, I don't want to talk to you anymore, and you approach her, she's going to put her hand up and say, get the hell away from me. I don't got nothing to say to you.
Well, I never experienced that, so I don't know.
You never experienced it?
No, I never experienced that. I never experienced none of that stuff, so I don't.
Okay.
I couldn't.
You're a good guy.
I
You're
couldn't
one of the
relate.
good guys.
You know, I'm.
Hey, I was a teenager. What can I say?
Yeah, I mean, your girl's your best friend,
Of course.
and
Of course.
if you can cheat on your wife, cheat on your spouse, you could be disloyal to your best friend.
At the same time,
You also could rat too, and
right.
at the same time.
At the same time, it's her kid's father.
Exactly.
So that's probably why she didn't just walk off stage. But she did say, it looked like she said something to him that he didn't like, because he walked away after she spoke to him.
Yeah.
So she must have said something very serious
Mm-hmm.
for him to act like that. So you're saying they're going to get back together?
Absolutely.
And-
100%.
and
And we could revisit it, and I'm gonna tell you again. Yo, I told you so.
And it wasn't a publicity stunt?
No, it wasn't publicity stuff. They went through their little thing. I think he messed up, and I think he got somebody pregnant, a girl pregnant too.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think he got a girl pregnant. He got a little kid out
Seems
there.
like there's a lot of that going on.
Yeah. My man's a splash, splish splash.
Yeah. A lot of these celebrities go swimming without the trunks.
That's definitely truth. Going in there without the speedos.
That's it. All right. Well, we'll see how that plays out. You know, it's
I told you so.
yeah, it's gonna
I tell
be.
you
I
now.
tell
I
you.
tell you now. I tell you so.
Okay, we gonna see.
All right.
But okay, so that's our time for this podcast. We're gonna wrap it up. Once again, I'm Truth the Barber artist, and my co-host has been Lou Lace.
Yeah.
Thanks for being on the show.
Thank you. My Instagram is always Lace Entertainment. If you got like two posts and you're not seriously about your Instagram, don't hit me up.
Hey. All right, and you guys know you can find me at Truth the Barber Artist, and also subscribe to my podcast on iTunes, and also subscribe to my YouTube. Why not? And okay, so before I let you guys go, I want to once again remind you that there is a barber out there that needs your help. He got into a motorcycle accident and he is trying to raise, well, his family is trying to raise money on the GoFundMe. His name is Hair God Zito. So you search Hair God Zito on GoFundMe and please donate whatever you can. He doesn't have life insurance and he is recovering from a motorcycle accident. Anything you guys can donate will be appreciated. Thank you guys for listening to the Whole Truth Podcast and enjoy your week. Thank you for listening to the Whole Truth Podcast, and be sure to subscribe and give me a follow on Instagram at Truth the Barber Artist, and subscribe to my YouTube at Truth the Barber Artist /YouTube. Take care and have a good week, everyone.